So we just got a new chicken coop in, maybe for our Indio Gantes, maybe for our breast chickens. Let's put this together and show you what we got in the mail today. I'm pulling it with our UTV. It's pretty heavy on a pallet. We're trying to get it over here where I can build it and put it in place in case it's too heavy to move or something, but it's supposed to be on wheels, so I think it'll be light enough to move anywhere. All right, survived the trip. So right now our Indio Gantes are the world's tallest chicken. They live in this coop right here. There's no problem with that. They live in here just fine. Currently don't have an automatic door on it. They've got to come out when we let them. They lay eggs in here, but there's always a chance, since they are a breeding flock of ours, that another bird will get over the fence, or that these guys will get got by a predator if we're not home to close them in. So it'd be really nice to have them in a secure location, and they deserve it. They deserve a nice coop for all that they've produced for us this past year, since we were able to sell their eggs. There's the rooster. He's about maybe 2.5 feet tall right now. Don't know if he'll get bigger. And then all of our hens, and you can see they're kind of rough right now, either going through a molt or just from being bred. Bella, what are you doing? And these are our mandarin ducks that have hatched this year. There's 6 standard and 3 white in here that have hatched this year, and we'll sell these, but it's getting really hard to get in and out of this coop, so it'd be nice to free up that big one that the Indio Gantes are in and move them over there where we don't have risk of them flying out, because it gets really dicey when we open this to change out their food and water. You'll be glad to have that in bigger coop?
Yes.
We will sell these mandarins, so we can start to sex them now. If they have a dark beak or a lighter beak, we can tell if they're male or female, so we can start to pair them up. But especially this fall, as the males start getting their colors in, then we'll be able to list these on our website and sell some mandarin pairs. Ooh, that one hit the door right there. You gonna come help me? So right over here we have the start of our breeding village. This is our peafowl coop, our peacock coop that we put in about 1.5 years ago. And it's been working great. We basically have a shed right here. So we've got some of the peacocks in here. So the whole point of this is that we can keep them safe. We've got 4 of them that are gonna go out to the aviary soon. We've got our blue and bell, our India blue pair, and then one of our white peafowl pair will go out there, and then the rest will either keep here, we'll free range, but the whole point is to keep them in, keep them safe from predators, keep them from roosting on top of our buildings. We've got Blue out here. He's losing his train as it gets hotter here in the summer. Got one little feather left. And then right next door, we've got our I Am Chimani coop. And we put this in a couple months ago. We've got our rooster, one of the hens right here out in the run. We've got our nesting box area. Is there anything?
Yeah.
You see a chicken?
Yeah.
And then we've got one broody hen here in the coop. You know what? We don't need a broody hen. I'm gonna see if I can break that real quick. Try to dip her in some water. So when a chicken is broody, they're wanting to sit on eggs and they'll stop laying. And we only have 2 hens in there. So we really need both of them to be laying. So I think the thought process behind the water is you're trying to do something to change up their routine, make them feel uncomfortable. And so we'll dip them in some water and see if that'll break her habit. All right, so that's done. She's wet. We'll put her out on the run. She'll dry off, see if she's broody tomorrow. Now, we've got this newest space right here, and this is really overgrown. This is where we keep a lot of our junk, a lot of our wood piles, pallets, old bathtub, T-posts, and so it's all overgrown. We're hoping maybe this will inspire some people to use ugly spaces to be productive, because this is a way we can keep our chickens safe, have them producing eggs, because our Indio Gantes are big egg producers for us. We're able to sell their eggs, and people all over the country are able to buy them. We just have this metal sheeting to move out of here, and then we can mow all this, and then we'll start putting together our new coop. You got a parrot?
Yeah, but it's still hard.
Is it any good?
Yeah.
So before we get started on building our chicken coop, our food just arrived from Cook Unity, and they are the sponsor of today's video. Cook Unity is the first chef-to-consumer platform delivering freshly prepared, pre-selected meals right to your door every week. So we have all these meals here. What does everyone want to eat?
Classic beef stroganoff.
Oh, you're gonna get the best one? You're taking the short ribs?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your meal, Bella?
Yeah.
Chefs cook meals with real ingredients, nothing artificial, with humanely raised meats and organic ingredients when possible.
It's really good.
The subscription is super flexible and you can pause, skip weeks, or even cancel anytime.
Cook Unity chefs offer up a wide range of meals with over 7 different dietary preference filters, including vegan, paleo, and gluten-free options. Meals are delivered fully cooked, so all you have to do is heat them up. No more cleanup or meal planning. Tonight, Eli is eating the adobo short ribs with Mexican rice and black beans made by Chef Andres Mendez in Manhattan, New York.
The short ribs taste amazing.
Bella is eating fettuccine and chipotle marinara with fish, meatballs, and shrimp made by Chef Roberto Vergara in Chicago, Illinois. They're yummy? And Uriah is eating shrimp etouffee over jasmine rice made by Chef Akhtar Dawab in New York City. So I got 5 different meals that I knew our family would love. Becky and I got the same meal, so that way we didn't have to fight over that one, over the beef stroganoff, right?
So we wouldn't have to fight over it?
Are you happy with your meal? Yeah, I know Bella's happy with her meal. And it was incredibly easy to order from Cook Unity and get all these meals sent to us. They just arrived today, and then we're eating them for dinner tonight. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And that's super convenient because we're outside working all day, building a chicken coop, and then we're able to come in and make this meal in about 10 to 15 minutes. So just go to cookunity.com/whiteh50 or click the link in the description and use my code whiteh50 to get 50% off your first order of Cook Unity meals to try them out for yourself. I hope you'll get some. Is that good? All right, so we've got our coop on this pallet from when they delivered it. So now I've got to come in here, cut this apart, we'll put the pieces over there. I'll start to put this together and see what it looks like. What is that? Fake egg? It's either looking like roosting bars or maybe nest boxes here. All right, so this coop is from Happy Farmer. It's an Amish-made coop. It's made in the US, and they don't have any instructions, but it should be pretty simple from what we've seen on the pictures. So there's basically 4 sides, some roof support, and then there's a canvas tarp that goes over the top, and then there's nest boxes. They said the nest boxes are a little complicated, but there's instructions in there. So right now we're getting all the parts in place. We'll get out the nuts and bolts, start putting this together. This is the general back layout. This is a 10 by 12 coop, and it says you can fit 60 to 80 chickens in there. Our Indio Gantes, we have, I think, 7 hens and 1 rooster, so I think they should be just fine. And then you can move it around if you want to. It's got wheels. And so the wheels will go right down here, and then you can put them up when it's needing to be in place, and then you can put them down when you need to move it. So let's get out the nuts and bolts, and we'll see. It looks like if this is the height of it, we may have to duck down when we get into this a little bit. Although there's going to be a triangle, I think, right there, right?
Yeah.
There's a triangle that goes up. So 8 by 12 side panels and 10 by 12 side panels, peak bars, peak panels, stuff for the door, roost bars. So right now we're just fitting it all together. We've got the back to the first part of the sides. Now we put the second half of the side to extend it out longer, and then we'll put the front on. Okay, you need that through here.
Now we just need to put
Okay. All right, so the boys are working with the ratchets on either side. They're tightening up the nuts and bolts on there. Simple enough?
Yep.
So there's 12 total. There's 6 on each side, so they each have 6 to do here. Now it's coming together pretty quickly. We've got the peak up here, so that'll help support the angle of everything, the canvas over the top. Oh, and we found the instructions. They were in one of these little bags. We're looking all around initially, but now I think we've got it mostly figured out. So we've got all the areas here, how to assemble, working on these supports right now, and then we'll work on the canvas over the top. So not too complicated. We've got these 2. I think they're either support bars or roost bars right there and there. Becky's bringing in, this is going to be the bar that goes all the way across to support the top. So it's going to go from there to the midpoint, and then this one's going to go from there, and then they'll meet up right there. You got it, bud. Just do it over and over again. So this is pretty cool. This is the center beam, and then it's tied into the side. So it's holding everything really nice and strong right there. So Becky's tightening that up, and then we've got both boys tightening it to the outer side. There you go. So we just got one of the two wheels on. So normally it sits up like that off the ground, so it can sit snug to the ground, and then you can push it up right there, and then it rests neatly right there. That is really cool. And then it's off the ground, so then you just pick it up in the front and you can move it. All right, so we just got the latch on here on the door. Goes into that, and then it has a little pull chain. If you get stuck on the inside, you can pull it open.
Pretty nifty.
Have you ever gotten stuck inside a coop before?
I have.
All right, so the roof on this is this canvas tarp. Hopefully it will be secure. On our chicken tractors, we use the 2x4 wire over the top, and then we put our tarps over that. So hopefully nothing can get through this canvas tarp. Does that look like the back? And then you're going over. But this video is awesome. What is going on here? It's like pulling a net over an aviary. So it is 8:30. We started this at 6:15. So just over 2 hours, we were able to get this whole coop built, put the top on, get the wheels on, get all of the front. Last, I can pull this. We can get in there and trap our baby. And then there's just a couple of pieces I can't figure. I think these are hooks to hang waters, but I don't see where I can hang them. No big deal. We'll just put buckets in for our feeders and waters. And then Becky's starting to work on the nesting box right here. How's it coming, Becky?
It's coming.
We'll finish this up tomorrow, and hopefully if we can get the nesting box on there, we can get the birds in tomorrow. We spent a few hours putting the nest box together the next day. They warned me the instructions were a little difficult to follow, and they were right. We think we have it done, but something just looks off. All right, so we just spent the last hour or so getting the nest box done.
I just don't know why we put a hinge there. We're not going to hinge it.
So we can't quite figure out the outside portion of this because it's going to be a little accessible to not only us, but anything that wants to come up and grab these chickens or these eggs out here. So we're going to have to look that over and see if that makes sense. But they've got this back area that we'll cut open. That's where we'll put the nest box on. Looks like I need to cut this first, and then we'll cut that, and then we'll bring the nest box through here. So it's a little scary. This is when we're actually going to have to damage the coop. All right, you ready to cut into this thing?
Yeah.
For the record, you don't have to use this. If you're intimidated by that, you can probably just use cutters to cut this, but this is faster, and let's admit it, it's a lot more fun. There's no going back now. Got a big hole in the coop.
Hi! Hi! Your face is dirty. Mine? What are you going to do with it? Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. So we have this all put together, but we're thinking that we have this backwards because this, on the picture, looks like it's on the bottom. So we have it all upside down.
And we just hung this, so there's two little, it's a flat piece that curves, hang the lip, the front lip of it. There's there, and then all fits in here pretty nice. Once we get this flipped around, got a few holes that I can screw into the metal here to secure it on the bottom. So we have our nest box material. You can just do this floor and let it poop through, and you can easily clean it out, but we like to use these. It makes it a little more comfortable for them to lay in. So I'm gonna put that down there. I think I can put 4 of these in here. These are nest box liners. I'll put them in the description. And we were really nervous when we were putting this together because I thought this flap was going to be a spot where a predator could still get through here, but I think it's more secure than I originally expected. And so this flap comes over and that holds that down. And so while yes, a predator could come lift that, I don't think that'll be, it's not something I'm super worried about. If I really need to, we can come up with some way to latch this here. But basically you flip that out, open this here, and then your eggs will be right along here. Let's go see what it looks like on the inside. So it's well off the ground. I like that, because we always have like mice issues with our nest boxes that are down on the ground, even if we keep them on boards. So I've got this bar to jump up to. So they'll jump up from here onto this bar, and then they can walk in. And they'll have privacy behind these little flaps, so they can lay right in there. That's pretty cool. All right, so we've got the coop completed now. Now we're just missing the chickens. I see Becky's already got our head rooster here.
What's his name?
I don't know, we don't have a name for him. What should we call him? Indiogantes are Brazilian. Alto's tall.
So we're gonna name this guy Alto, which is Spanish for tall.
There you go. All right, so there's our big rooster. Now, Indiogantes can get 4+ feet tall. This guy's probably at about 2.5, almost 3 feet tall. We've got a couple others in the rooster flock. Might be a little bit taller. He's a little bit younger. I think we've got 7 hens in here. This guy's looking kind of rough. So we've got our chickens in this container right here, and they've got to go up beyond, right beyond the barn right over there. All right. Why are you so loud? We're all girls now. Yeah, let her do it. So for context, the entire coop took us about 2 hours to build last night. And then today, took us about 8 hours to build the nesting box. So just expect a little bit of time. It is a lot more technical, a lot more parts than the coop. Coop's pretty simple, straightforward. You can tell where everything goes. Nest box takes a little bit of time, but it's actually really cool. And I'm much more relieved with it now, seeing how it's gonna secure everything. The piece of canvas that we end up cutting for the opening, we left that flap here on top, so that hopefully that seals up any little gaps anywhere for rain. Really nice to come in here and collect the eggs each day. I'm excited for that. Now the coop itself, very light, very easy to move with the wheels. We've got this canvas on top, so it's gonna be really breathable during the year. And then in the winter, we'll do it just like our chicken tractors, where we can wrap in plastic, and it'll be nice because we can keep them in there and keep them safe and protected from any predators. And then in the winter, if we put the plastic around the outside, there's twice as much space as our chicken tractors, maybe even 3 times as much space as our chicken tractors. So they'll have a lot of space to move around in here. We've got these supports right there. They're roosting bars, so they have plenty of space to roost up here. Got their water, got a feed bowl. We put our automatic feeder back here. We haven't used that in a while. That's from Premier 1. Everything over top is protected from rain, and then the back half is all covered. So the Indiogantes, we hatched them out either last year or the year before, I can't quite remember. But these guys have been really awesome. They lay a ton of eggs, and it's been a lot of fun to sell their eggs and to hatch some of them out. What do you think of this coop as a whole? Do you like this coop?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's really light, movable, and it was pretty easy going, except for the nesting box. But the coop altogether was really easy to put together.
All right, so Uriah helped us with the coop. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about, I like putting in the screws.
You like putting in the nuts and the bolts to put it together?
Yeah.
You want to show me what your favorite part is?
My favorite part is how easy it is to put it up.
That's right.
That easy and pull it wherever you gotta go.
Oh, what's your favorite part of the coop? Okay, thank you. So thank you to Happy Farmer for providing this coop. I saw somebody on a comment on this other coop video saying, I hope you aren't one of those YouTubers that asks all these companies for coops. We have them. And so they actually contacted us, asked us if we wanted the coop. So thank you so much to Happy Farmer for providing this coop. Be sure to check a link in our description. Check out the other coops on their website. And this is the 10x12 coop. It's got 2 wheels, got the nesting box, got the canvas cover. I hope you'll check it out. But we need to go down and move the mandarin ducks over. They've been in that little coop, so we need to move them over into these guys' old coop. So here's a perfect example of 2 different colored beaks. We've got a dark beak here. We've got a pink beak here. The pink beaks are gonna be male. Dark beaks are gonna be female. So right there, we've got a potential pair. And right now they're not fully colored, but by the end of the year, these guys will have all of their colors in, including those beautiful feathers that stick up on their back that everybody loves. So all 3 of our white ones have a pink beak, so we might end up having all males. But on the 4 standard pairs that we have here, looks like we'll have 4 sets of males, 4 sets of females. We put the mandarins into the old Indio Gante coop, and they have a lot more space now. But I tried to film them playing in their water bath, but they didn't want to get into it with the camera in there.
So we haven't had eggs laid into our nesting boxes. We've had them laid on the floor. So we thought we needed to introduce the hens to the nesting box. So we put a couple in there, and to see if they would recognize that as a nesting box.
Trying to either figure out where to lay or looking to
try
get
to get
out.
out. There you go.
Well, a couple have been introduced, so maybe we'll come back a little later, put a few more in there, make sure they all know where they can lay their eggs.
Chip is saying, do not hit your head, Jake.
So it has been 1 week since we moved the Indio Gantes in. Have they figured out the nest box?
Oh, they did. We had to pin these up because they were not finding it. So maybe they'll figure this out. I put one down.
Good job, guys. Woohoo! The coop works.